There are many fun filters we love to use on TikTok. However, some of our favorite filters are actually watching us and collecting our personal information in scary ways. Today, we will look at the dark secrets behind creepy TikTok filters and find out what they are really doing to us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay safe. The first filter we need to talk about is actually one of the most popular ones ever made. This filter seems totally innocent, but it is actually collecting something very personal from you. I actually remember using this filter when I was younger, and I had no idea what was really happening behind the scenes. This filter is called the Euphoria filter, and it became super popular because of the TV show. However, this filter has some very dark secrets that most people don't know about. So basically what happens is you show your eyes up close to the camera, and then the filter shows all the amazing details and colors in your eyes. It looks really cool and pretty, which is why over 700,000 people made videos with this filter. But here's the scary part that nobody talks about. When you use this filter, it is secretly scanning your eyes and collecting something called your iris pattern. Your iris pattern is like your fingerprint, but for your eyes. It is completely unique to you, and once someone has it, they can identify you anywhere. And speaking of biometric data, I found this crazy clip that explains exactly what TikTok is doing with your face and voice. Check this out.
We may collect biometric identifiers and biometric information as defined under US laws, such as face prints and voice prints.
Huh? I'm sorry, what? Face prints? Voice prints? What the does that mean? Well, I wish I could tell you, but unfortunately, face prints and voice prints are not defined anywhere.
So anytime TikTok has been asked to define what a face print or a voice print is, they won't say.
I mean, I can only assume face prints is what, like a print of our face? Are they tracking us? Are they surveilling us? I mean, pretty much everyone in the world uses TikTok. I think it's over 100 million Americans use it right now. So you're telling me that TikTok has 100 million of our face prints and voice prints?
See what I mean? They're literally creating a digital copy of your face. And it gets even worse. What the flip-flops? I had no idea that a simple filter could be doing this. The worst part is that TikTok never told anyone they were collecting this information. So millions of people were basically giving away their eye fingerprints without even knowing it. This is super scary because your iris pattern can be used to track you and watch what you do. Even if you delete the video later, they already have your information stored somewhere. The next thing we need to talk about is how TikTok filters can secretly access your phone without you knowing. This is probably the most disturbing part of this whole video, so make sure you keep watching. When you download TikTok and start using filters, the app asks for permission to use your camera and microphone. Most people just click yes without thinking about it. But what they don't tell you is that TikTok is also getting access to way more than just your camera. TikTok can actually look at your contact list and see everyone you know. It can track your exact location using GPS even when you're not using the app. It can also look at what other apps you have on your phone and even access your photos and files. This means that while you think you're just having fun with a cute filter, TikTok is secretly going through all your personal stuff. But wait, it gets even worse. TikTok filters use something called artificial intelligence to work. This AI processes over 500 million videos every single day from 1.5 billion users around the world. That's basically everyone on the planet. But here's the scary part. In 2024, people found out that TikTok's AI filters were collecting way more information than they were supposed to. They were taking people's facial measurements and voice patterns without asking permission first. Actually, let me show you something about this. There was literally a lawsuit about TikTok collecting biometric data.
3 years ago, discourse surfaced online about the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, investigating TikTok, when it was still named Musical.ly, in regards to the platform's alleged violations of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, from illegally collecting personal information from children. Twitter users took to the platform to reiterate that they'd received an email from TikTok that included a sum of money paid to them. Skeptical at first, many wondered if it was a scam, but it wasn't. It was related to the COPPA discourse from 2019. Class action complaint was filed in Northern Illinois, alleging that in a quest for profits Musical.ly surreptitiously tracked, collected and disclosed the personal information and viewing data of children under the age of 13 without parental consent. According to lawyers for the suit, the settlement will distribute $1.1 million among class action members. What also makes it special is that residents of Illinois aren't the only people eligible for compensation.
Yeah, so this is real. They actually had to pay for getting caught doing this. This caused a huge scandal, and TikTok had to pay $100 million in fines because they got caught. But the damage was already done. Millions of people had already given away their personal biometric data without knowing it. Biometric data is basically information about your body that makes you unique, like your face shape, your voice, and your eye patterns. What makes this even more terrifying is that once TikTok has this information, they can use it to identify you anywhere. They could watch you at protests, at school, or even just walking down the street. It's like they have a digital copy of your face that they can use to spy on you whenever they want. The craziest part is that most people have no idea this is happening. They think they're just using fun filters to make cool videos, but they're actually giving away some of their most personal information. And once this information is out there, you can never get it back. It's stored on TikTok servers forever, and they can do whatever they want with it. This next part is going to show you exactly how TikTok is watching everything you do, even when you're not using the app. So make sure you stick around because this gets even more disturbing. TikTok doesn't just watch you when you're using filters. They actually have secret tracking tools built into their app that follow you around the internet. These tracking tools are called Facebook Pixel and Google Analytics, and they basically spy on everything you do online. So even when you close TikTok and go browse other websites, these trackers are still watching you and collecting information about what you look at. Now, I want you to see how TikTok actually spies on you according to cybersecurity experts.
Listen to this. This is from TikTok's privacy policy.
All right.
It said, we collect certain information about the device you use to access the platform, such as your IP address, user region, user agent, mobile carrier, time zone settings, identifiers for advertising purpose, model of your device, the device system, network type, device IDs, your screen resolution and operating system, app and file names and types. So all your apps and all your file names, all the things you have filed away on your phone,
Really?
they have access to that. File names and types, keystroke patterns or rhythms. So they're monitoring your keystrokes, which means they know every thing you type.
Wow.
Crazy, right? Joe Rogan's been talking about this for years, and people are just now starting to realize how serious it is. This means that if you watch a TikTok video and then go shopping online or check your bank account, TikTok could be secretly recording what you're doing. They use this information to show you ads and sell your personal data to other companies. It's like having someone follow you around everywhere you go, writing down everything you do. But the most terrifying thing about TikTok filters is that they can turn on your camera and microphone without you knowing it. On Android phones, TikTok can actually see what other apps you're using at the same time. This means if you have your banking app open while TikTok is running, they could potentially see your bank information. That is absolutely crazy and so dangerous. The scariest part is that all of this information gets sent to servers in China. Even though TikTok says they store American and European user data in other countries, the company that owns TikTok is based in China, and they can access all of this information whenever they want. And here's proof that this isn't just a conspiracy theory. TikTok literally admitted to spying on Americans.
TikTok just admitted they are spying on Americans. Let me explain. TikTok is owned by ByteDance, a Chinese tech giant that has to answer to every whim of the Chinese government. Over the years, there have been lots of accusations that TikTok is being used by the Chinese government to spy on Americans. TikTok, of course, denied it. But now, in a shocking admission, TikTok confesses to spying on American journalists that were covering the company. But who else are they spying on? Maybe on government officials, public figures, or even on you.
They actually confessed to tracking journalists who were writing negative stories about them. If they're doing that to journalists, imagine what they could be doing to regular users like us. In 2022, people found out that Chinese employees were secretly looking at American TikTok users' data, including journalists who were writing negative stories about TikTok. This is basically like giving a foreign country access to spy on millions of people through their phones. They can see where you go, who you talk to, what you look like, and even listen to your conversations. It's like the ultimate spying tool disguised as a fun social media app. What makes this even more disturbing is that TikTok is training young people to be okay with being watched all the time. When kids grow up using these filters and apps that spy on them, they think it's normal. They don't realize how dangerous it is to give away all their personal information. This means that in the future, people might not care about privacy at all because they've been taught that it's okay for companies to watch everything they do. The worst part is that once this information is collected, there's basically no rules about what companies can do with it. They can sell it, share it, or use it to control what you see online. They could even use it to manipulate your emotions and make you buy things or believe certain ideas. But here's the good news: you can protect yourself. Let me show you a quick way to manage your app permissions. See how easy that was? You can do this right now on your phone. So Clouds, here's what you need to do to protect yourself. First, never give TikTok permission to access your camera, microphone, or location unless you absolutely have to. Second, be very careful about which filters you use, especially ones that scan your face or eyes. Third, consider using a different app that doesn't collect as much personal information. Remember, these filters might look fun and innocent, but they are actually sophisticated data collection tools designed to harvest your most personal information. Your privacy is worth way more than a few likes on social media. The companies behind these apps are making billions of dollars by selling your personal data, while you get nothing except the risk of being spied on. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay safe, Clouds. And remember, just because something looks fun doesn't mean it's safe. Always think twice before giving apps access to your personal information, because once it's gone, you can never get it back.